Hi, I'm Cassandra from Design by Geeks. We've been getting a lot of requests for a tutorial on our in-the-hoop basement, so we're going to walk through that today. Come on and take a look.
The first thing you're going to do is hoop your stabilizer. You can use tearaway or cutaway stabilizer. Then you'll load the file onto your machine. You'll be loading the file labeled front. You'll notice that there are 3 steps in this file. The first step will be a placement step to show you where to lay your fabric, and you can see it stitching on my machine here. Once that step is complete, you'll pause the machine and lay your fabric down on top of that placement stitch with the pretty side facing up. The next step, the tack down step, will secure your fabric to your stabilizer. Once your tack down stitch is complete, you'll leave the fabric in the hoop and leave the hoop on your machine. Then you'll run that final step to make marks, which will show you where you'll be folding your pleats. When this step is complete, you can go ahead and remove the hoop from the machine and remove the fabric from the hoop. Now let's see what each of these steps look like. When you're ready to place your fabric, you'll pause the machine and lay your fabric down on top of that placement stitch with the pretty side facing up, and make sure that it covers the entire placement stitch. Then you can go ahead and tack that fabric down. Once your tack down stitch is complete, you'll leave the fabric in the hoop and leave the hoop on your machine. Then you'll run that final step to make marks, which will show you where you'll be folding your pleats. When this step is complete, you can go ahead and remove the hoop from the machine and remove the fabric from the hoop. Now that you've removed your fabric from the hoop, you'll trim around the edge of the design exactly 1/2 inch outside of the outer stitch line, and then remove your stabilizer. My fabric is pre-folded to make it a little easier for you to see. You've got these marks here, so what you'll do is first pinch up your first pleat where that mark is, and just sort of pinch, and then the bottom half comes up towards you at that next line. So you pinch at the first line and fold over at the next line. I'm going to turn this around and give you another look here. So you're going to pinch at the first line and fold over at the second. Pinch and fold over. And then you're going to repeat for each set of markings, like this. I've got 2 here, pinch and fold over. And then for your third here, pinch and fold over. As you can see, I'm making a small mask and mine measures 3 inches. If your pleats do not match the measurement indicated in the instructions, gently adjust your pleats to get the right size. Then pin your pleats in place, and you may want to iron the fabric before moving on to the next step. Once again, you'll hoop some stabilizer. You can use tearaway or cutaway stabilizer. Then you'll put your hoop on the machine and load the file called back. As with the front file, the first step is your placement stitch. This will show you where to put your project. Please refer to the instructions for the exact placement for the size that you're making. The second step will tack down your project on either side. After this step is complete, you can go ahead and remove your pins. Then the final 2 steps will show you where to place each of your 2 pieces of folded fabric. Here, you can see the tack down running on my machine. With your project secured to the stabilizer and your pins removed from your project, you're ready to run the first set of guide marks. When this is finished, your 2 pieces of folded fabric will overlap slightly. In order to accomplish this, what you will do is lay the first piece of folded fabric with the raw edges the furthest point away from those guide marks, with the folded edge extending just past those 2 guide marks to cover them up. And now we'll repeat that process for the other side. We will have the placement stitches, after which you will lay a piece of folded fabric with the raw edges the furthest from the placement stitches and the folded edge just slightly overlapping those placement stitches, which will of course create that overlap that I mentioned. Finally, you'll go ahead and stitch the final step, which will stitch around the entire design, but it will leave small gaps at the corners. Once this step is complete, you can go ahead and remove your hoop from the machine, remove your project from the hoop, and then head on over to the cutting mat for your final few steps. Once again, you'll trim around the edge of the design exactly 1/2 inch outside of the outer stitch line, and then remove your stabilizer. And now it's time to turn it the right way out. Use the pocket opening on the back to turn your mask. Finally, you should iron the mask, then follow the instructions that apply to the method you wish to use to secure your mask. There are also optional instructions for a moldable nose piece. Thanks so much for watching this tutorial. Got any questions? Leave a comment below or reach out to us anytime at our website, designbygeeks.com. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.